life as a spiritual journey can be uncertain or adverse, but it could also be graceful and meaningful when you have access to that internal guiding nourishing system that includes and offers all those spiritual lessons that have been handed down from generation to generation among humankind. And today I'm going to talk about that. This is a spiritual path of life, your spiritual guide to thriving as an adult. And I am Alan Rojas Yacolca, a certified logosynthesis practitioner and instructor, educator, and energy therapist. And today I'd like to talk about transitions. Transitions are an important part of our life. We all face transitions one way or another, where we're young and we're choosing a major or changing majors in the university, when we're getting a new job or we get promoted or we start a new project. Maybe we're getting married and having kids. Maybe we're losing someone important or something special. Or maybe we're becoming retired and we're starting a new phase in our lives. Or maybe, just maybe, we're making a change, an important change in our life, and everything is changing, and we're going through these uncertain periods of time where we need guidance, to thrive among the unknown. And what I love about logosynthesis, that I always talk about logosynthesis, is that it's an effective method to restore the flow of your life energy. That means that it's very effective to remove those things that have been blocking you along the way. So that you become free and you can shape reality and, build the life you want or fulfill the intention you aim to fulfill. And in that sense, what I love about it is that it's effective, it's simple. You explore how you have been reacting or how you have been suffering. You identify what has been triggering those reactions, and then you eliminate the trigger, and that's it. It works, and it eliminates the blockages, and you're free to move forward. And then you're free to go on and, build the life you want. And I have noticed that there are, let's say, two types of people when I work with clients in session. Some clients feel very comfortable about facing the uncertain and the adverse, and they get around very easily, through life. And there are others that feel very, let's say, unsure about how to deal with this whole period of life that means change. And the reason behind that is because we were supposed to have received a certain way of support growing up. It's through parenting, it's through the relationship with our parents that we're supposed to be getting all these spiritual lessons about how to face life. It's the relationship that we have with them that is the base of the nourishing system that we're supposed to have within us. But life is life, and nobody's perfect, and our parents do the best they do. And even so, when doing their best, sometimes they do not manage to fulfill all our needs. And we don't get to receive or get to learn all the lessons that we needed. And so we arrive to adulthood with all the best we have and all the resources we have. And sometimes we're still lacking some spiritual lessons to be able to go through life and thrive in life, And when I'm talking about that, I'm talking about these belief systems, this set of beliefs about, being human, how to face life. And I'm not saying it's complicated, but sometimes we just lack the information, and it's important to get it so that we can face life, because we all need support when we're going through moments of change in life. Anytime we are facing a transition, the transition can be, organized or split in stages. That every time we face change, we go through different stages. There's a first moment that I call being. It's about getting familiarized with what's going on and sometimes overcoming the shock of the new. There's a second moment which is about doing, exploring the situation, getting familiarized with it, taking our heads out of the cave and seeing what's outside, what's happening. And then it's about thinking through the situation and trying to come up with ideas on how to face it, thinking of alternatives. And then it becomes about realizing who we are now in the situation, because we continuously evolve as life goes through. And it's about realizing who we're becoming or who we need to become, given the situation we're facing. And it's also about learning new skills, and and creating new things to go through life, or to build a life we want, or procreate, to build the life we want, because sometimes we want to have a family. And sometimes it's just about stopping and figuring out where we are in the journey, and figuring out what lessons we need to learn now. And this is what I call recycling. It's a stopping, taking a stop, and figuring out where in the journey we are, what's the lesson we are lacking, and learning that lesson so that we can face life as we need it. And to learn those lessons, there are certain tasks, or certain, let's say, challenges that we need to go through to learn the lessons. And this is all very simple and very organized, and I can talk to you about it. And what I would like you to take from this is that whenever you're facing a transitions, as uncertain as they may appear, they always include or entail a certain number of steps that is predictable. And when you know this, and when you know what are the lessons at each step of the way, it's easier for you to guide and to go through or walk through these new situations, with grace and wisdom and power, feeling that you can handle it. And of course, there are signs that say that you're struggling, and when we're struggling through this, there's a number of things that we struggle with. We're feeling tired, irritable, doing more, doing less, eating more, sleeping less, or feeling restless, bored. Sometimes we push against others, we become stubborn. Sometimes we go into conflicts with others. Sometimes we're fascinated with differences. Sometimes we're just too focused on, making sure that we're powerful and how we affect others, and we're testing our power. There are different signals that say that we are struggling on the way. And these signals are important because when we figure out what's happening and we identify those signals, we can take a stop and take a look at the panorama and figure out, where am I in this journey, in this transition, and what is it that I need to learn now, or what's the lesson for me here, or what is it that I need to face or go through to pick up the skills, or pick up the abilities, or figure out who I am here, so that I can continue facing life and thrive in it. At the end of the day, life requires a nurturing belief system that contains, supports, and guides you exactly where you are in the journey. And like I said, some of us were lucky enough to have access to these spiritual lessons growing up because our parents passed it down to us, and some of us weren't. And so we come to adulthood, and now we have to learn the lessons. And this is what this is about, My upcoming program is exactly about that. It's about you learning, about transitions in life and what are those stages, and let me talk to you about it, about the 7 stages of nature's design and how it relates to your spiritual journey. It's about figuring out what are the cues to recognize, normal life transitions and how to address them. But also it's about identifying the signs that you're getting off track, and how to identify and eliminate self-sabotage on the path. And by self-sabotage, I mean, knowing how to work with those parts of me, where I'm stuck and in need of nourishment or need of guidance, And this can mean several things. This is about retrieving my energy from those parts and letting go what is not mine, and then moving forward. It's about restoring the flow of my life energy. But it's also sometimes about, developing a new mindset, a new mindset that supports me in moving forward or moving through, transitions in life, And it's also about, in this program, it's also about offering you exercises, to boost your power at each stage, so that you have a belief system that supports you. You have this wisdom, and you have the skills to move forward, and you have the grace. That's so important. The grace to move forward in life. Sometimes we struggle and we try to push through life, when in fact, when you resolve the blockages, you don't have to push. You just sit back, take a look, make a decision, and do it. And that's just it. Without friction, without, trying to, control life. We don't control life. We just go through it, and we can find ways to do it more gracefully. And that's what I'm teaching my people, how to find those graceful ways to move through life. Some of the highlights of my upcoming program, it's about the power of one. What I mean by power of one is I work with my trainees or my people so that they choose one thing that they would like to put forward in life. They choose one intention they want to work with. And then this program, which is a 10-week program, they have this 10 weeks to work with that intention in the service of building the life they want, in the service of shaping reality as they want to shape it. And I offer you many opportunities to process the blockages that you may encounter using both logosynthesis and transactional analysis. And when it comes to logosynthesis, I will be using both the basic protocol and also an advanced protocols I have learned along the way. You'll also be getting support in terms of having access to workbooks and group exercises and live demos. And by workbooks, I mean like handouts, like one per stage, with information, with useful information and insights or exercises to explore your own process and deal with it. We're going to be working with the acquisition of new supportive beliefs, through the use of affirmations and visualization. This is something that does not belong to logosynthesis. This is not how logosynthesis usually works with. This is something that I'm working with this is something I'm developing in my practice and that works with my clients. And I use a particular combination between affirmations and visualization and sometimes logosynthesis, and it works to build or learn or acquire a new belief system. We can work through that, and I can show you how. This program allows you to map areas of development, to plan your learning. This is a perfect opportunity if you have taken the self-coaching program to sharpen those self-coaching skills, because you will get a lot of opportunities for individual work so that you can work on yourself, and then you can come back to session and ask your questions. Every other week, we're hosting a 60-minute group support on process. So that means that we meet every 2 weeks. So we meet on week 1 and 3, and on week 2 and 4, we're also getting together, but just for 1 hour on weekends. I'm going to talk about later. I have to set the dates, but on weekends, so that you get to ask your questions on the material. You get to have mentoring on self-coaching skills. And if time allows, we can have a live experience there as well. Anything that you need in order to continue your process and fulfill that intention that you have chosen for yourself. And also to support you to continue learning the material that we offer, or that I offer, on the go. I already said mentoring for self-coaching skills. You have a private Facebook group just for you and everyone that is participating here. And so that you also get to ask your questions and get guidance on what you need. You will also be receiving some resources, some guided meditations and case examples that I'm preparing. And you will have lifetime access to this material because sessions on Zoom are recorded, and you can get access to the recordings as well as to all the material that I'm going to be offering through the Facebook group. And for those who take this program, you're going to be receiving a 50% discount in case you want to take individual sessions with me in order to support you on your journey. You already get support on classes and the Q&A calls on the weekends and through the group work, but also if you want more, you can have, one-on-one that's available to you at a discount price. And of course, registration is now open. This program is organized, like I said, in 5 sessions that lasts in total 10 weeks. On Tuesdays from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Universal Time, or 4 to 6 CET, during October, November, and December. The dates are on the screen: 31st, 14, 28, 12, and 26. And you can register by paying via PayPal. If you pay in one payment, it is $250 to participate in the program. Or if you would like to pay in 2 installments, you can pay $150 now and $150 in the first week of December, however fits you better. And something important, this program is only for 8 people. Now, I have decided to reduce the amount of participants because I want you to receive as much support as you need in order for you to focus on the intention that you want to bring forward in your life, for you to have the most learning about it, for you to have an experience that allows you to pick up on those spiritual lessons and make them part of you, so you can bring them forward in your life. And whenever you have to face a transition in life as an adult, you'll have the internal supportive system there ready to nourish you and support you and guide you along the way. And that's what I have prepared for you today. I hope this is interesting to you. I'm very excited about this program. I think this is something that I've been having in my head for like many, many years. And I said, this is the time. I'm ready for it. And I'm bringing it to you now. I'm not going to be repeating this program this year. I think I will open it again on August next year, or maybe September next year, because in August people are usually on vacations. So the time is now. Join the program now, and have fun, enjoy the process, and I look forward to meeting you there. I'm Alan Rojas Yakolka. This is the Spiral Path on Life. My English is very crazy today. This is the Spiral Path of Life, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care.